All right, just take it all in right there. The 7.3 is back. So, welcome back to the channel. And most of my viewers don't really watch any of the videos about my 7.3 Ford F250, which is fine. I feel like I have a little bit of an international viewer base. Some people don't relate so much to the big diesel trucks as we do in America, but I've got a pretty wide and broad taste in vehicles, so I like a little bit of everything, and I like something that's got a little bit of power, something that can pull, and something that's about as timeless and bulletproof as it gets. And this truck's really only been two of those three, so let's kind of get into what happened and where it is and where it's at right now. So this is a one-owner truck I bought in Virginia about a year ago. It's a 1996 F250 7.3 power stroke diesel 4x4 that was used primarily kind of all over the state by a guy that used to pull his race car with it. It's in, I think, pretty good condition. It had 200,000 miles when I bought it. It's got 204,000 miles on it now. It's, again, obviously not perfect condition. The rain makes it look nice. Got some typical Ford rust spots here and there, but since then I've changed the oil. I've upgraded the front and rear shocks to Bilstein 4600s. I've redid the whole brake system in the rear, and up until recently didn't really have a whole lot of other problems besides some battery charging issues, which is in a video. Replaced the batteries, replaced the alternator, and at which point I realized that the front radiator core support was shot. I always knew it was shot, but I didn't realize how bad it was until I saw it. Until it was pulled out, let's say that. The core support is located right here, and it really cradles the radiator in the truck. And it's just one of those things you don't really notice at first glance. It is mounted to the frame at a couple points, and again, you're looking at the new one. Let me pop the hood open and show you what I'm talking about. Whew, man, it's pretty. It's right here, so it also mounts right through here. And if you're an OBS Ford guy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this should be a beautiful sight to you as well. So this went into sports car workshops to get this replaced. And while it was in there, we did some while you were in theirs. And I'll cut to that right now of the progress of the deconstruction and reconstruction at sports car workshops. Oh man. So, status update. Got the whole front end of the truck out. Again, to do the core support. Here's the old core support. Here's the failure point. It's kind of started on one side, two sides, but it's about as bad as it gets, especially when it's right on the mounting point. So, again, top tip, if you're looking at these OBS trucks, make sure you check that. It's not immediately visible when you just pop your head under, so you really have to get low and see where it is. Also addressing that leaky water pump, and someone told me to do the oil cooler lines as well. So a lot of wire in there. This is kind of how it always happens with these things. I was not trying to do it on a semi budget, but sometimes you're not able to follow the plan. So that's where we're at. Oh boy. Wow, so they made some serious progress. Looks like they got the radiator and the oil cooler and the rest of the fan belts and everything kind of buttoned back on the F250. I had some new glass headlights that I found pretty cheap online, so that's already a massive improvement. Still not finished up. Here's what the old stuff looks like. Obviously, that was terrible. I have to install the rest of the worn front bar on it. Again, some kind of cheap remanufactured taillights, but man, it's good to kind of see the truck semi put back together. So I'm looking forward to driving it out of here. So just wanted to combine that with the last video to show the updates that are happening to the old F250. So look, there's the new radiator mount in there. Oh man, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then you'll notice my gap here, it's a little less flush than it was before, which is pretty awesome. So they're really a big job to do all this. You know, it wasn't a simple plug and play type deal. But again, I'm planning to keep this truck. There's not a lot of people that go through with this repair, so it's definitely a value add-on for the longevity of my F250. All right, so again, a little bit gruesome there. The whole front end was taken apart, bumper off, winch off, headlights, grill, everything. Again, then the while you in there did include the oil cooler. We then found out that my radiator had a leak in it, which probably made sense. Replaced a couple hoses and the water pump because it was leaking like a sieve. I mean, it was pouring out. It was bad. You know, again, old cars have leaks. I'm there. I get it. I'm in. But this was undrivable. It literally emptied itself out. So here's kind of where we're at with it now. Again, new batteries, looks like a newer belt, new alternator, new radiator, new water pump, new, I mean, expensively large amount of new things. So here it is how it sits. I got to install the plastic motor covers and the intake piece again, just stuff I had off from my DIYing before I went to the shop. But that's how the truck sits now. So let's get that stuff on, and I'll go ahead and start up and do another little walk around with you. Oh, I did replace the biggest thing. I forgot. I did replace the headlights and the blinkers, the side markers with some new fake chrome, and the tail lights because, you know, you have to. It's a slight update. It was very inexpensive, and it really, I think, improves the look of the truck. And I can see at night. That's the biggest thing. And OBS guys will know that the headlights of these things are terrible. And this is the single biggest improvement that I've made to you know, pretty much night driving. All right, I'm gonna give it the old razzle dazzle. You know, she also starts up a lot better with the new batteries in the alternator. I guess I didn't realize how bad or how drained the old ones were until I put the new setup in. Shoo! Well, that's a happy sounding 7.3 right there. Diesel noises. And now notice that gap. There's a gap again. I got my little, got my bumper fender gap. Very healthy. I need a screw. I'm missing a screw for this. But not too worried about that. Should probably get that screwed down too. But other than that, we got a runner. So again, not a whole lot of updates on this truck. This was purchased as the cabin transportation for getting things, larger things up there back and forth. This was purchased before we found the cabin we're in now, and then we changed to this one. So these two are gonna be the main farriers of cabin related equipment and stuff like that. So that's the overall plan for it. And it's just an awesome looking truck. So it's definitely gonna be a keeper. And that's really it. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for supporting the channel, and we'll see you next time.